Here on this guys, so welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at automatic flying machine crop harvesters. That's quite the mouthful, but it's really simple. Basically, if you had a long piece of land and you want to farm up the stuff, for example nether wart, you're going to have to go through, break all of it, and then you're going to have to collect it and then replant it. Collection's got the problem with inventory space, or else you're just going to have some hopper minecarts below, which can cause some lag. You've got power rails to worry about. It's a whole mess. But over here, what we're doing is that we are instantly harvesting the crop. We are picking it up, and the flying machine allows you to very easily replant everything. As you can see, there's a minecart so that you basically ride along the flying machine. So on the other hand, we've got a carrot farm, and here we've got a nether wart farm. So this farm is an auto harvester. So we basically got hopper minecarts on top of slabs. The slabs break the nether wart, and the item is collected instantly by the hopper. This way you don't have a lot of items being left behind, and yeah, it gets collected really easily, and it's deposited at the end. Now here we've got a manual harvester. Basically this allows you to break the carrots yourself. We've got endrods rammed into hopper minecarts because endrods don't break farmland. It retains it as farmland, which is a really useful thing. You can't do it with a lot of other blocks. And basically the endrods pull the hopper minecarts along with it and ensure that it picks up all the items. So why do we want to manually harvest it? Is because of fortune. If I was to manually break some nether wart, you can see I only get 3 pieces. But in case I was to use a fortune 3 hoe, as I've got right here, I get a tiny bit extra. If you use this over a larger field, you do get a much higher yield. So it does definitely pay to have fortune on a hoe. And it also doesn't use up any durability. So alright, let's get started and use the first one, which is the auto harvester, which is going to be, this is basically a flying machine with a small appendage on the end which goes around in this weird shape because we want to avoid the soul sand. We've got a wall to stop the minecart from falling off, which I just did. Yeah, so to just set this up, we got to flick the note block, which is being looked into by the observer, and that sets off the flying machine. This is a really simple flying machine. The honey makes sure that the hopper minecarts don't push forward, and we've got the hopper minecarts instantly picking up everything. There is no lag in from the items themselves. So alright, the slabs are going to come and stop on top of these hoppers. The hoppers can still access the hopper minecarts, so all the items can start funneling through. So yeah, let's just grab a few. I'm in creative, so it doesn't really matter. So over here we've got this chain of note blocks. Basically, I need to point exactly at the final note block, and once I flick it, this entire chain activates, which sets off the flying machine once again. The reason I want this to be pointing in this direction is so that it can place all the nether wart at the same time. I'm also going to change my right click to something on my keyboard so that the refresh rate is a bit faster, so I can actually place the blocks all the way through. So as you can see, it's a lot faster. You can also use an auto clicker, but I prefer using the keyboard. So yeah, as you can see, it places all 4 in the same line. The positioning is just perfect so that you can place all of them in the same line. Basically, it uses hitboxes. Alright, so the next one is the manual harvester. Over here this time we're going to actually have to sit in the hopper minecart, hit in the normal minecart to set the farm off. Set it off by first into survival, then flick the note block anytime now. And then we're going to point slightly in front with our fortune hoe and just start breaking it. As you can see, the ones that we left behind were already harvested because the endrods can still break it. Which is a good thing with this. You can either choose to harvest it manually or you can harvest it automatically. So yeah, as you can see, we are getting the fortune effect. Everything's being picked up instantly by the hopper minecarts. There is a little bit in my inventory as well, and yeah, we've hit the end. Now over here, the collection is slightly different. Obviously, last time we had the hoppers at dirt level, but this time we've got the hoppers below the farmland. Because the farmland is not a full block, it can still actually access the hopper minecart. So quick change to creative. You can see that over here we've got a path block. That's because this time we don't want to touch the top end of the node block. We want to actually touch the side, because once again, farmland's hitbox is actually lower than a full block, in contrast to soul sand, whose hitbox is actually a full block, but it's yeah, you sink in it basically. Alright, so once again we started off in the same way. We filled up our inventory with carrots. Something that's very important is you want your hunger bar to be full, because otherwise you're going to start eating the carrot. And yeah, so now you just want to point right at the edge of the third block. You can't plant all four in case of farmland. But yeah, once again, same system. Everything gets planted very, very frequently. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. This means guys, and I'm out. So Chafana, I shall see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, bother.